Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we are taking on the new burst mode that just came to global. This is versus the Boujack Dokkan event. I definitely had a lot of fun with this run. I definitely enjoyed this a lot more than the first one. Now, this run is kind of crazy because this is a connected Hope STR run, and in order to get all the units I wanted, like none of these units naturally like fit together on the same teams. Like I couldn't just run Battle of Wits, like there wasn't enough Battle of Wits that worked. I couldn't do like Super Saiyan Namek Saga because I wanted like Piccolo on the team. Piccolo's too good not to run. So I opted for all types leads. So I actually am using the 1000 Day Goku as my leader, but his cost is so high that I couldn't bring a friend one. So because one of the restrictions on the fight is team cost. So for the friend unit, I actually brought STR Gogeta with a 77% leader skill. So we are running on a very low Gimp leader skill, and we are still able to get through this fight because, I mean, Carnival Goku definitely carries here a bit, and then STR Piccolo just being the defensive wall that he is, like he's definitely like a key to this fight, right? So, and this is a 6,000 point clear, and I did actually get this done on my first try. We even brought our boy Maju because he's an orb changer, so why not? And, you know, at least tanking normals for double digits. We do have the other, the banner unit, Spirit Bomb Goku. He has an easy A, so I thought he would be decent. He does a little bit of nuking, but yeah, this STR Gogeta definitely can get smacked up, right? But Namek Goku's really good here. He ends up being, I think, my biggest damage dealer. He even out-damages, I think, the Carnival Goku more consistently, because the Carnival Goku just, he doesn't quite build up a ton. But we get through it, right? And then Gogeta here. The one thing Gogeta does have that's good, yeah, look at that, it's like not even double digits normals from this first phase. But what STR Gogeta has that works really well in this fight is effective against all types, because there is an AGL Boujack phase that can be very, very tough when you're running a full STR team, right? And by the way, what I'll do at the end is I do show the screen with like all of my setup for this. So if you want to try to mimic this run or do something similar, I will show you what I put for all of the points, like what I selected for to make it more difficult. What I would say is when I go through these, I usually avoid defense and damage reduction as much as possible for the enemies, because I don't want them to be too tanky, because especially with this team build here, we're having very low attack stats because of the leader skill I'm running. So I really wanted to make sure that the enemies wouldn't be very defensive. Now, I did give them a ton of HP, because you got to give them something, right? Like, you can't just make it easy. That's the whole point. You got to get points. But we got through. Now, I'm definitely not someone that's like, oh, I need to get the max score. I'm like, I'll get my 6,000 minimum and call it good, right? So this phase here can be tricky, because all of the enemies can debuff you in different ways. The main ones that are rough are, I believe, they have stunning and they have sealing. They might also have like attack down. Yeah, there's a seal right there. Luckily, it came after we attacked. But look at Gogeta at 1.5 mil, like very bad attack stat. But because it's a 4-unit phase, they're not the tankiest, so these low attack stats are still doing some damage, right? Ooh, that is 1 mil attack stats. Getting it done. The big thing with this phase, and most of you should know this already, but you don't attack Boujack. He doesn't attack, and he cannot be killed. You just got to kill the minions here. So here I'm trying to decide what to do. Normally I'd want to put Carnival Goku in slot 1, so I think I do. I was going to put him in the middle of the link, but it was kind of foolish because he's definitely the better defensive unit. He wants to get hit anyways. And he's going to attack support by being in slot 1. So I figured, alright, let's put him in slot 1 even though the other two Gokus won't link. And of course we get supered immediately, but double digits! So we will definitely take the double digits. And then we go through. I actually don't remember exactly what I put in there, but I must have done something different where, because after this I'm going to post my cooler run. I did a STR cooler run for the Space Traveling Warrior side of it. And that team, I actually died once with that team, and that was a 200% leader skill, super dominant, extreme Wicked Bloodline units. But I felt like I was taking way more damage in that one, so I must have really jacked up the attack on the other one, and not as much on this one. But I was still able to get 6,000 points, right? And we do have some defensive units, right? Like Piccolo's good, STR Namek Goku's good. STR Namek Goku, here's the thing. this fight goes so smooth that I don't even get to transform S tier Namek Goku. Like, I don't think I ever fall below 59%. Which in my cooler run, like, I end up taking like 300k shots, like, from the very first phase. Like, it's it's kind of crazy. I thought that cooler one was going to be an absolute cakewalk, but I must have set up the burst mode differently, where that one just was they hit just so hard in that version of it. So once again, I'm going to pull up my screen at the end here, and you'll be able to see exactly how I set up this burst mode to get my 6,000 points. But this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I think doing it with Dokkan events is more fun than story events, personally, just because the fights are longer, because those story events typically aren't going to be as many phases as a Dokkan event. And like, when you set it up right with the burst conditions, it feels like a mini red zone. Like, it feels like I'm doing like a Boujack red zone fight right now. And it's two ways. One, because I'm making them stronger, and two, because my team is heavily gimped for various reasons, right? So, like, we're just making the fight a more even playing field, so it feels like a challenging fight, and I like that. I think that's a lot of fun, right? So now, Carnival Goku here, he is going to finish off this phase. I honestly didn't even look. Like, I could have looked at other typings to see if, like, a Connected Hope of another typing would be decent. Like, I assume Tech Connected Hope has to be somewhat decent because Bardock's the leader, but when I thought about it, I'm like, how many Tech Connected Hope characters are there actually? So, when I looked at the roster, I felt like STR was actually a bit stronger because you got Carnival Goku, you got Namek Goku, and you got Piccolo. So, to me, just seeing them on the screen was like, alright, I think I can make this work. And there was enough other units on there I could fill out a team. But I did have to use an all-types leader skill. Because I'm trying to think of the actual... Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. Tech Connected Hope probably would have been really good. I forgot about Tech Gogeta, who's the original leader for Connected Hope, right? So I suppose... you wouldn't be able to run Bardock because Gogeta's not storied figure, so I guess you'd have to run Tech Gogeta as the lead. So I guess you'd have double Tech Gogeta and a Tech Bardock. And then I would have to see from there what there is. Now, I do believe that there is a Tech Super Saiyan Bardock, but he hasn't EZA'd yet, but I think he's one of the sub-EZAs. So once that EZA happens, now I'm kind of feeling out the team already in my head. Since I'm recording over a pre-recording, I can actually go in my game like as I'm recording this for you guys, and I can look at it right now. But let me look. I'm going to look at Tech Connected Hope. Maybe I misjudged that team. That team... Honestly, that's probably the team you're supposed to run, so I probably made this way harder for myself. So maybe this video will get more views because people will be like, oh my god, he did STR Connected Hope? What is he doing? And he got it done? Because this is the dangerous phase here, the AGL Boujack, right? Let me just click on my game. I'm going to look at Tech Connected Hope. What's team? Character list. Just, you know, as we watch my team just try to get through. Once again, we're hoping for crits on this AGL phase, right? Alright, so let me go here. I'm going to just do Connected Hope. I forgot about Tech Gogeta. And I've got him Rainbow too, right? Connected Hope and Tech. What does this team look like? Alright, it's kind of... Oh! Yeah, Tech Connected Hope would have been just fine. Because what we would do is we would run... I want to double check. Yeah, he is a Connected Hope leader. So I guess we would run double... Oh my god! Orange Piccolo's on Connected Hope. I did not realize that. Oh my gosh. I might have to like redo this with the Tech team. Because, oh my goodness, this would be a way better team to run. So yeah, you'd run double LR Gogeta. You would have the new Bardock. You would have Orange Piccolo. And then you've got Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And then the last slot, I mean, you could run... Well, once again, though, team cost is going to be an issue, right? So you could run, I guess, Tech Master Roshi can put up like a good attack stat on his first attack. You would maybe have to run like the Namek Tech Piccolo as an orb changer. Or there's the free-to-play Super Saiyan 3 Goku, like he could be an option. Actually, I'm pretty sure that guy gets an EZA. Or maybe I'm thinking about the physical one. Maybe it's the physical one I'm thinking of. But yeah, I might have to do another run with Tech Connected Hope because that seems a lot better than the team I'm running with a... What, 77% leader skill and a 120 leader skill? But hey, we got through it, right? So you can just be impressed with this run. Now, this is definitely the longest phase. Trying to get by this AGL Boujack is kind of tricky when we've got type disadvantage. So we just hope for as many crits as we can get. But yeah, while we're doing that, I'm going to set up my Tech Connected Hope team. Oh, that's hilarious. I completely misjudged that team. I obviously didn't look very long. I think what it was I saw like STR Carnival Goku and I'm like, ooh, he's brand new and he's really good. Let's make him work on a team. And I saw Namek Goku and I'm like, I think we can make. I think I just jumped into the team building too quick. It didn't even look at the other options because boy, tech is pretty darn good here. But you know what? The other thing is, I guess I would have to check. Because I think tech was one of the options. Because the other thing is for typing, there was only 2 typings, I think, that gave you like a really good boost. And I want to say tech was one of the typings, but it might not have been. If it wasn't tech, that might be why I didn't. It might have been like int or something. So that could be an actual rational reason why I didn't choose tech. I might have to look at it quick. So let me jump into burst mode quick because I'm on my phone. I can just do that right now. Let me see what the requirements were for the typings. That could be why. Hold on. How do I actually go in? I don't want to actually like go into the fight. How do I just edit it? Do I actually have to have stamina to just... Okay, I guess I have to have stamina just to enter it, to even like do the settings. Okay, so tech was an option. You just get like 300 less points, but I definitely think you could make that work. You could find those 300 points somewhere else. So yeah, that's the reason why I went STR, because it was int or STR is like were the big point. It was 900 points. So I guess that's a little bit more rationale as to why I went STR. Let me see what int Connected Hope looks like. Let me see what int Connected Hope looks like. I'm guessing not very good. Yeah, int Connected Hope isn't great. The one thing, though, is you do have int Majin Vegeta. You've got int Majin Vegeta, but can you build a team, right? Because you've got Buu Saga, so you've got int Gotenks who would be good on there. And you do have the Buu Saga, like, standard Vegeta. And then you have the Buu Saga Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then you've got Int Gogeta, but Int Gogeta wouldn't fit on Majin Vegeta's leader skill. But then you've got the free-to-play Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You might actually be able to make that work with the Vegeta lead, actually. Okay, maybe Int would work. I feel like that is probably even better than my team just because it's got a real leader skill, right? So yeah, maybe Int would work also. I don't know. If I get time for fun, I might just attempt this with like all the different typings and see how it goes. But that tech team seems really good. You just have to make up the 300 points somewhere else, right? Meanwhile, we are getting an active skill here with the STR Carnival Goku, which I like the animation. It's very cool. Okay, and how much damage we got? And we got the crit, which is good. Yeah, this last phase now is going to go a lot quicker now that we're done with the AGL phase. That AGL phase is the bane of my existence because both of my burst mode runs were STR teams. So, running with the tech team wouldn't be the worst idea. Alright, and then like I said, once we get to the end, I'll kind of go through... What I'll do is I'll like pause the video so we can go through all my settings so you can see how I got to 6,000 on this one. Okay. And then Oob here. I mean, Oob's just been a trooper this whole fight, right? Like, he's just been sitting in slot 3, orb changing, doing his 1 mil attack stats, just hanging in there, right? Oh, that boy Oob. Now, you definitely could do, because they do have restrictions where, like, you run 2 typings instead of 1, but it's like, you only get, like, 50 points as opposed to, like, 900. So you have to make the fight, like, way tougher in other areas, and I just felt like this was the better way to do it. Trying to keep the enemies as weak as possible while still putting together a, like, suitable team to get through. Yeah, I actually quite... Wouldn't it be crazy if Oob got the killing blow, but he doesn't? He just doesn't hit hard enough. But he is effective against all types right there, so that's pretty good. Alright, and then here I know I've got it in the bag, because Piccolo's just going to be defensive enough, and then we got Namek Goku if Piccolo can't do enough damage. And then, yeah, that's basically it. So, that's my run. Connected Hope STR with a 120 lead and a 77 lead. So, very bad. Like, my leader skill combined was what? A 197? So, like, it was basically like running a 200% lead with only 1 leader skill. It's basically what my team was. So, very heavily gimped, and we still got through. And I never really was in danger, which is kind of crazy because this isn't a great team that I was able to put together because of the leader skill, right? So let's take a look here at my settings for burst mode. We did legitimately get it done. You'll see that my score will show up here. Okay, so there it is. So let me just pause it really quick, or let me back it up a little bit here. Let me go back to here. Okay, so right here you can see we had only connected hope, we did only STR, and we did 400 or less team cost. So that's a big bulk of the points, right? I let the enemies basically negate all debuffs. So all the debuff in attack and defense reduction, I let the enemies have all that because that doesn't really bother me, right? And then we go down a little bit. Basically, I made it so every typing has damage reduction against them except STR because that literally didn't affect me, so it's very easy points there. I raised the enemy's attack by 50%. I raised their HP by 450. I made it so they can reduce damage under 100,000 to 0 because that doesn't matter, right? Like, it wouldn't be enough damage to really care. And then obviously having no support. Oh, you know what I did too? I actually made this one even harder than it needed to be. Because if we scroll down, yeah, because if you see at the bottom, I said no support items for 1200, but there was also the option to say no support memories, which obviously I didn't use a support memory either. So I definitely could have gone leaner on a different spot and did support memory. The reason why I missed it was because on the list they're next to each other, and I thought you chose one or the other. I didn't realize you could select both. But when I did my cooler run, I was able to select both. So I could have made this run even easier for myself. So here's the thing, if you put no support items on, I feel like that's worth at least 300 points. So then you could just run the tech team and just clear this like crazy, right? So anyways, guys, there you go. There's my very unnecessarily gimped STR team getting it done. Let me know what you guys did for this run. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all on the next one.